Jordan, the stage is yours.
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Excited to be here. Excited to connect with other leaders and share a little bit about the way that we view a people first culture here at Sweetwater. So, first and foremost, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to each and every one of you from wherever you are tapping in all across the globe. My name is Jordan Applegate, as I was introduced, the Vice President of Talent Acquisition and HR Business Partners here at Sweetwater. Sweetwater, if you're not familiar, we're going to get into a little bit of the backstory because I think that's such an important part of what we would call the secret sauce or the magic of the equation here at Sweetwater, and how we really view this people culture at Sweetwater. But real quick, I've been in the industry for about 15 years. Primary focus has been in talent acquisition and recruiting. And then when I came on board at Sweetwater about 11 years ago, I had the opportunity to start to flex my muscle into more traditional HR and HR business partner work. So have had the opportunity to quite literally kind of grow up in my career here at Sweetwater. Outside of professional Jordan, I am a husband, a father of three, and a musician. So being a musician and working for a company that celebrates music at its core is something that's really special, that I get to marry these two passions of music and a care for people in the way that we view human resources here at Sweetwater. And I'm really excited to jump in and share a little bit about our journey and how we care for our people. So in order to set us up, we're going to share a little bit of a video here that will kind of set the stage, if you will, for the rest of our talk. And it's really important for us to have this foundational understanding of the way that we view the work that we do here at Sweetwater.
Not everyone knows what it's like. The time, the sweat, and the tears, the thousands of hours of practice, the late nights, and the long days, but we do. Not everyone knows that indescribable feeling only music could create. Hearing the songs in your head finally come to life, discovering new sounds that uncover the real you, the joy of picking up an instrument and playing it just for fun. The feeling that reminds you, music isn't what you do, it's who you are. Not everyone knows what it took, what it takes, what it's like to chase a dream at any cost, but we do. Not everyone knows what it's like to nail the fill, the take, or the set. How it felt to play your first gig, to have your words sung back at you by the crowd. It's a bond only music makers can fully understand, and not everyone gets it, but we do. So to all those chasing a tone, chasing a song, chasing a dream, remember, the journey is the gift, and we're here for the long haul.
Yeah, so that is the part that if you're a musician out there, you have goosebumps, you are fully engaged in that video. That is a brand video that we created a few years ago that really does showcase this heart of the way that we view the work that we do and the way that we connect with our customers at Sweetwater. It really is this culture that celebrates music at its core, and many of our employees, it's not all, you don't have to be a musician to work here, but many of our employees are passionate musicians who have worked in the industry, who have and are still actively pursuing their passion for music, which really makes the work that we do in serving our musician customers and individuals that are engaging with our website and our salespeople, it really makes that passion come alive in a pretty significant way. But it's really important for us to start at the beginning. So you're looking at a picture of a gentleman on the screen. That is Chuck Surak, our founder. So Chuck started Sweetwater as a mobile recording studio. It was actually out of the back of a VW microbus in 1979. And at that point, Chuck had just came off the road. He was playing in a big band, playing saxophone, and he really felt led in the desire to provide a service to Northeast Indiana, to provide mobile recording, to go around and go into local venues and churches and business meetings and whatever it was. If there was a desire to get a live recording of what was going on, Chuck was the go-to guy here within our local region to get you a recording. He would pull out hundreds of cables of mic cables and then microphones. He would mic it up, and then he would record the live venue, the live experience, the band, and then he would take it home and mix it down on this incredible technology of its kind, of its time, called a cassette tape. And Chuck became the go-to individual within our region to go do all of your live recording. And this is a thread that you'll hear throughout this is Chuck saw a need because his friends kept coming to him asking him, hey, it's really cool that we can do the recording from a live recording standpoint, but we'd love to do a more professional studio recording. So Chuck upgraded from the mobile recording studio to a in-house studio in his own home. He had a home studio where he was doing more professional level recording. And in the 1980s, in the mid 80s, Kurzweil is a pretty well-known keyboard company now, but in the mid 80s, they were just hitting the scene, and Kurzweil came out with this brand new product that was revolutionizing the keyboard industry and it was called the K250. Chuck started to understand the K250 and started to utilize his experience as an audio engineer and a computer programmer. And what he was doing is he was one of the first adopters of what we now call digital sampling. So he was going to the local Philharmonic, and he was recording these one-off instruments and programming the virtual samples into sounds, library of sounds. And he was selling his library and trading his library of sounds for the K250 with other Kurzweil K250 users. And he started to field calls from individuals like Stevie Wonder and Dolly Parton and individuals in the industry who were interested in utilizing his sounds on their albums. And that's really where Chuck started to break into the larger industry and became kind of a name of the go-to individual for you to go connect with and learn more about this keyboard that was breaking the industry, the Kurzweil K250. So much so that he started a retail relationship with Kurzweil because his friends were coming to him and saying, hey, can I buy a new keyboard? Not just the sounds, but I want to buy a keyboard. He started to have enough of his friends asking him to buy one from him that he decided that it was probably appropriate to create a retail relationship with Kurzweil, and then he started to phase that into other pro audio and music technology companies that he was leveraging as well. And then in the early 90s is when he hired his first salesperson. So he operated as a studio, professional recording studio all the way through the 80s, and then in the 90s he hired his first Sweetwater salesperson. It was him up until that point. Really cool story. That individual, his name is Jeff Law. He is still to this day employed doing sales for us at Sweetwater. And it is just such a cool story to see him walking around campus. So in the 90s, we started to adopt this sales engineer model, which was this idea of putting experts in music technology on the phone to connect with other musicians to serve them for their needs. There was really a heart of Chuck to be the expert in the industry to help his friends make their musical dreams come true. In the mid 90s, 1994, this crazy thing called the World Wide Web came around. Sweetwater was an early adopter of the World Wide Web. That's pretty important to our story, and it's really important in the way that we leverage Google from an organic search standpoint, and a lot of the success that Sweetwater.com has had over the years is because of the early adoption of at that point, the World Wide Web, and creating what was first the knowledge base for us. It's always been about educating the customer to help them make the best decision as possible. And that's still a pretty significant strategy of our marketing department. In the early 2000s is really when we turned on this e-commerce model at Sweetwater, and we started to sell around the .com era. and early adopters. I mean, this was the early 2000s that we really started to turn on music technology sales through Sweetwater.com, while also still leveraging that one-to-one relationship with the sales engineer model and that subject matter expert on the phone connecting with customers and building that relationship. And today, really proud to say that today we continue to see a significant amount of growth. We're about 1.7 billion in annual sales. We're the nation, North America, the nation's largest online music technology and music instrument retailer, and have just seen a significant amount of expansion in regards to even footprint and campus and some other things that we're going to get into. But it's really important for me to set the stage, because the mission and the model to serve our friends and help them make their musical dreams come true really is the lifeblood of Sweetwater. It really is back to the heart of Chuck for us to go out of our way to add value and create amazing experiences that really allows us to continue to do what we do. Today, we have over 600 plus sales engineers that are doing exactly the same thing that Chuck was in the early days, creating those relationships. And really, in an era where people are more interested in clicking a box and seeing a package show up on their porch, we have still found success in a model where one-to-one relationship sales is occurring in a pretty significant way here at Sweetwater. Our marketing team, like I said, is still here to inform and educate, and that idea and kind of lifeblood and North Star for us is really to help our customers make all of their musical dreams come true. It really is the way that we view our sales model is now we're going to transition into the way that we view caring for our people and our employees, so that relationship over a transaction from a sales standpoint is also the lifeblood of how we view our HR support and service to our employees. So the concept of relationships over transactions is really a desire for us. It really is this desire for us to have meaningful relationships and connections with our employees. In fact, the way that we view our HR department and different disciplines within our HR really is this idea. I'm sure you've probably seen graphics like this in other organizations or even in other disciplines, but this idea of the beauty of the tree, but really the roots and the life of the tree and the organization is from the work that we're doing in supporting our people. And you can see the significant amount of different disciplines within HR that we believe really is feeding that root system that supports the rest of the organization. The way that this looks in a more tangible standpoint is you heard in the intro of this session, we believe that we serve our customers as the employees really through these 5 pillars that really are built a lot of our well-being efforts, a lot of our training and development, and a lot of the support that we offer from an HR standpoint to our internal customers as employees or hiring managers is pointing them back to these 5 imperatives. So the 5 imperatives being wow the customer, getting things done, obsessing over details, driving continuous improvement, and developing the future are pillars. And a lot of our employee well-being and training and development opportunities are all attached back to that. And then this idea, for the longest time, the mission statement of Sweetwater as a company has been very, very simple: to always do the right thing. That goes back to the early days with Chuck, and that's still something that you'll hear regularly mentioned in our culture here at Sweetwater. So the one of the really cool things here at Sweetwater is, like, we just believe that we have set a world-class view on a holistic approach to well-being. So, even prior to well-being being a kind of a big buzz term, Sweetwater has kind of been an early adopter. Even prior to calling it well-being, there was just a significant amount of intentionality that our leadership team put into the care and the way that we really were providing amenities, perks, and benefits that would pour back into our employees. So about 5 years ago or so, we we put more of a specific well-being discipline in place. But prior to that, it was just part of the HR strategy that our leadership team and HR leadership really tackled in a pretty strategic and intentional way. So employee well-being here at Sweetwater, it really is commitment to our teams that really goes beyond the day-to-day work. We believe that these 5 pillars of mental health, physical health, financial health, social health, and professional health is kind of the 5 points of the star that we focus on. So what does that look like? I think it's really important for us to unpack how we view these different things and some tangible examples of the different perks and resources that we have in these different areas. So our talent acquisition and HR BP team that rolls up to me works hand in hand, and this is really interesting at Sweetwater, because I know in larger organizations our size, what you do see is you see a separation between talent acquisition, handles all of the upfront communication, and then there's a handoff where TA really doesn't do anything from a post-hire standpoint. The roles and responsibilities are still kind of a pre and a post-hire support. However, our talent acquisition and HR BP teams both roll up to me, and I have strategic oversight and management and leadership over those areas. So it really is a cool synergy between the two groups. In fact, historically, the recruiters on my team and here at Sweetwater actually were also dueling as HR business partners, and that was part of kind of our secret sauce for many, many years. Is your recruiter was also the HR person that you went to for all of your post-hire support. We got to a size that in order for us to drive efficiency in the team, we needed to pull that apart, but it was really important in the design of the roles and the strategy of the roles for us to keep them reporting up into the same leadership and really, really close connection. In fact, we have regular stand-ups and connection between the two leaders that report to me and our teams. Really cool. You can see there on the screen, I don't need to read it word for word, but you can see the type of work and the way that we split the work up here. So let's dive in a little bit to some more practical ways that we take a look at our holistic approach to well-being. Our manager of well-being, her name is Alicia O'Neill. She absolutely crushes it and does fantastic work for us. And for a number of years, our vice president of employee well-being, her name's Crystal Walker. She's now focusing more on training and development efforts for us as Alicia continues to progress in her career and focusing on well-being efforts directly tied into our total rewards team. But mental health. So mental health for us, we have found that over the years, we have gone above and beyond to provide some very specific resources, even on site for our employees. So we have an in-house licensed mental health counselor that is available multiple days a week through our intranet system to book time with this individual, and really have the opportunity to sit down with employees while they're here at work and to be a resource for them from a mental health standpoint. We just think it's so important to provide that on site. In addition to that, we also have a very, very robust EAP program in a partnership with external EAP program and CureLink that does an incredible amount of work for us as well. The amount of employees, because we're champions of our EAP program and our in-house resources, the amount of employees that take advantage of this in a very positive way is such an encouragement to us with the amount of adoption that these resources have. And then again, Alicia, our manager of employee well-being, she is just so intentional with continuing to encourage individuals throughout the year by providing these internal mental health tools and resources for individuals that we're regularly showcasing around our campus on TVs. Scan this QR code, get this employee well-being resource guide. Here's a downloadable 31 days of mental health awareness calendar, you name it. There's just a significant amount of really cool intentional resources that we provide our employees in that space. The next one for us is professional health. And this is one that the discipline within our HR department, our training and development and talent development team does an absolutely fantastic job with. A lot of this is they have kind of created over the years a significant amount of different training and development and professional health opportunities. We have a significant amount of internal development programs that we've built from scratch. These are proprietary systems that our team has created. We have, as you can see, a manager development program. This is a program that all new managers, even if they have previous leadership experience, if they are external hires, even at an executive level, they go through Sweetwater's manager development program to help introduce them to those 5 imperatives and our philosophy on people leadership at Sweetwater. That is just such an impactful program, whether you're a brand new manager or a seasoned manager, but new to the Sweetwater culture. We have a leadership fundamentals program, which is kind of individuals who leadership is the next step for them, but we don't have the right opportunity open for them currently from a business needs standpoint. This is an opportunity for us to provide growth opportunities for kind of next up level leaders without the title and pay. As you know, there's a significant amount of ways that we can keep individuals engaged by not just giving a title and a pay. How do we do that? This is one of the ways that we do that here at Sweetwater, is we provide the leadership fundamentals program for blooming and blossoming the kind of next up leaders. The other one is this one, is we are so proud of this one. Last year in 2024, we launched a women's development program. Dr. Crystal Walker, again, previously Vice President of Employee Wellbeing, now Vice President of Training and Talent Development. She spearheads this program, and a significant amount of other women leaders at Sweetwater are working and have identified a significant amount of up and coming women leaders, and are curating just an incredible program to really help in coming alongside growing women in their leadership development here at Sweetwater. And then with additional development opportunities, we have tuition reimbursement programs for individuals to go pursue certificates in leadership development, and a handful of different partnerships that we have with local colleges and universities to really help come alongside us from those development programs as well. We have a really cool monthly cadence of this series called Food for Thought. This is not leadership specific. This is 5 imperatives at Sweetwater, those 5 pillars specific, and a lot of individuals roll up into, regardless of position, you have the ability to do that. And then we leverage our HR business partners to really do that one-on-one development with employees and managers in that. Executive leadership and coaching, we have partnerships with external partners for individuals who are in leadership opportunities to really have an executive coach for those confidential conversations to really help them level up from a leadership standpoint. And then we have external local leadership programs, like here in Fort Wayne, we have a Young Leaders of Northeast Indiana and a Leadership Fort Wayne that we send employees to. And then a significant amount of ad hoc training opportunities. Fly through some of these other ones. Financial health for us here at Sweetwater, we leverage some of our EAP resources, but also local resources with local banking and our 401k providers. And then really cool at Sweetwater, we have an employee loan program, interest, zero fee and interest-free employee emergency loan program up to $500. We have about 50% of our staff is hourly entry-level staff type opportunities, and providing this as a financial health resources for our employees has just been really beneficial, including the daily pay option, which is the opportunity for employees to not have to wait bi-weekly for a paycheck, but instead be able to draw their earned wages. Physical health here at Sweetwater, we have a medical clinic with a licensed nurse practitioner and a doctor that is free of charge for employees and their families, regardless of health plan. So you can be not on Sweetwater's health plan and still have these free of charge, no copay, no anything, for you to visit our medical clinic here on staff or on campus. We have a on-staff fitness specialist or a personal trainer that's free to come alongside you in your health journey in our health club here at Sweetwater. So you don't have to go seek a gym membership anywhere. We have you covered here. Racquetball court, disc golf course, and walking trails on our 100-acre campus. And then our Sweetwater Diner and Crescendo Cafe that comes alongside and helps you with healthy options. Social health for us here at Sweetwater is really cool too, because we have Sweetwater employee experience events. We have a team that handles all of the employee and family events here at Sweetwater, and it's really important to pour into that culture from an employee standpoint. And you can see here we have employee appreciation events, the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo Family Night. We have local sporting events with our minor league teams, trunk or treat, Thanksgiving gift, which is like a turkey giveaway, still kind of old school, but that's something that people really love. Then we have a Santa lunch where Santa comes in. Each employee's child or dependent under the age of 10 receives a gift from Santa, a personalized, curated gift from Santa, which is really a Sweetwater favorite for young families here. And then we have a local program with Sweetwater Perks for individuals with retailers here locally or restaurants where there's a significant amount of curated discounts for within our local community. And then as we push back here, I'm running out of time, but really all of this from an employee support and service standpoint, employee well-being, the way that HR really serves our employees, gets washed through in a regular basis, washed through the 5 imperatives. So how can we continue to wow the customer? How can we continue to support our employees by getting things done, obsessing over the details, driving continuous improvement from the Japanese method of Kaizen, this idea of continuing to get better. We do a lot of work from an HR standpoint of how we can continue to just level up the experience for our employees. And it really is a culture that goes back to this idea of, we just believe that caring for our employees in a above and beyond way is the right thing to do, and really does create a significant amount of care for our employees that is translated into a really inspiring culture and a significantly passionate workforce who just really feels cared for, but loves what they do and loves the people that they get to connect with and interact with, both internally and externally. So, man, I am so excited just for the opportunity to share a little bit of Sweetwater story. If you are a musician out there and you haven't connected with Sweetwater, I'd highly encourage you to do so. I would be happy to answer any questions. Feel free to reach out to me, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to share any of these resources with you and just unpack a little bit more in more depth the strategy of the way that we care and love on our employees here at Sweetwater. So thank you so much. Excited to see the rest of the leaders share a little bit about their people first community and cultures in their workplaces too. Thank you so much, Inspire Workplaces. Appreciate it.
Great. Hey, Jordan, great job. Quick question for you. What music do you play? What's your instrument of choice?
I'm a hack of a acoustic guitar player and keyboard player. I'm primarily a vocalist. So I sing in a couple different bands, lead worship at my church, and then sing in a 90s R&B cover band. So that's my main instrument, is the voice. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of grew up playing. I grew up playing jazz drumming, played some classical piano. Then I fell in love with rock and roll and picked up my first guitar and sort of, you kind of put any instrument in front of me and I'll make some noise.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But your story's great. I love. I just one comment / question. When I talk about culture and employee experience and connecting people to experience, I sometimes use the analogy of it's like a song. We all connect to it for different reasons, right? You might love the same song I love, but you might love it for a completely different reason, because it reminds you of a moment in your life, or maybe it reminds you of, maybe it's the lyrics that move you, or maybe it's the rhythm that moves you. And I love applying that analog to building great employee culture and employee experience, that we all see things through a different lens, and being able to recognize that. And like you said at the very end, I love just caring for your people.
Yeah.
That matters so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that we, even from a lens of, D&I, like the music analogy is so beautiful. Like music transcends race, gender, preferences. Like it really is a unifier in such a significant way that as a music company, we really do rally around the celebration of music and allow that to influence the way that we care and love for our people in a pretty cool way. So we're fans of using music analogies and then translating
I'm
that
sure you have
into
some
the
good
way.
ones. Well, thank you so much. An incredible presentation. So I'm going to bring on our last speaker, but thank you for being a part of this summit and for your great
Thank you so much.
insights.